It don't matter the color of the skin, either woman or man, just let the case land. It's here, it's in safe hands. This is God work, not a fake plan. Too many kids being found in these lakes, man. This is MTGV, and you with Miss V. She keep her ear to the streets.
Welcome in, y'all. Happy Friday.
This is the place that you wanna be, but all trolls we delete. You better believe.
In a heartbeat.
So you know we don't
believe
know.
that.
For those that's taking these souls, we know.
Please smack that thumbs up as you come through the building. Shout out to everybody in the bushes. Shout out to everybody on the replay. Please smack that thumbs up, y'all.
But it's getting so out of control. Thank you for tuning in.
Shout out to TBZ in the building.
True Crime TV.
Shout out to Buddha in the building. And welcome in,
Miss
Samantha.
V. And make sure you hit that like button. Make
Please
sure you subscribe. And make sure you leave a comment too. Yeah. We're gonna see you on the flip side, man. Until then, we gone.
So y'all already know. Shout out to everybody in the building. Y'all know that my live streams roll over from one another. And last time we were live, we were talking about the evidence in this case that seems very, very shady. So we're going to get into that because I'm going to pull up a few other things to support this. It's been a lot of shady activity going on, you know, in Detroit investigations and stuff. And I'm not feeling very confident about this evidence. Shout out to my BFF in the building. Welcome in, Shauna. Shout out to my moderators and members in the building. I appreciate y'all being here in attendance. Y'all please smack that thumbs up. But we ain't leaving Annette out of this. We all want to know, where is she? Because through everything that we've been looking at, it seems like Annette is held at a higher standard for whatever reason in this family.
Excuse me, ma'am. The people of the public wants to know where Nazaya is. Are y'all gonna tell us, or y'all gonna stop playing games? Huh? How you miss your baby? You don't miss your grandbaby? Huh? You don't care about your grandbaby? Hello? Here, take some cheese balls with your burger ass. Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah, we all want to know, where is Nazaya? Because nothing is making sense. When we looked at this evidence and this video, and I also, man, I noticed some other stuff. Shout out to the person in my comments that asked me to slow the video down, which I wasn't looking at the background. I do things in steps, and I was looking at the evidence only. But it was some things going on in the background in this scene right here. I'ma just slowly, let's see. Let me know if y'all could see anything. Now, it's grainy. It's, what that look like right there? It's a lot going on. And so we stopped at the Border Patrol's testimony. Let's get into that a little bit. And we're going to go to Shannon Jones. Please smack that thumbs up, y'all. And I'll be in the chat in a second. Y'all get acquainted with each other. Get acquainted with your fellow sleuths. And thank y'all so much for being here. And this evidence is showing us that this is not right. According to okay, so Taj said, and bag and tag, no way Roxy and all over guys should have gotten that close to so-called evidence. Exactly. That part. Yes, don't even want to say it out my mouth, and I ain't. You're gonna have to collect my thoughts. Shout out to Olivia B. Maybe because she was reported wearing something different when she was last seen. Now, that's the reason why Shannon Jones initially didn't come and collect it. According to Roxy, she said it wasn't the description that they were given. And then she said, but they was able to get the picture from Vari, and that's what made them come and collect the shoe. Roxy said that in this live stream. I don't remember. Yeah, since we've been here today, we heard her say that. So they didn't come and get that shoe until they got confirmation from Vari. Now, I mean, shoot, the testimony we need to hear is Shannon Jones, because she the one that talked about that part of it. Oh my God, y'all. OMG. Let me let him talk. I have nothing to say right now. It's talking for itself.
Were you? How do you, I guess, convey to someone where at these items are?
GPS coordinates.
Okay. And did you author like a paragraph report in this case?
Yes.
Okay. And did you include coordinates in that report?
Yes, and they were incorrect in that report. I just went over it yesterday. I do have the correct coordinates if you guys want those.
Okay. Yes. Could you please provide us with the correct coordinates?
Okay, I was supposed to be listening for something else. Hold on.
And they were incorrect in that report. I just went over it yesterday.
Are
GPS coordinates.
Okay. And did you
like bag them and bring them somewhere?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No, that wasn't.
Were you? How do you, I guess, convey to someone where at these items are?
GPS coordinates.
Okay.
So he let his people know where the items could be found by giving them the GPS location. I'm guessing his GPS location. Because the reason why I want to listen to that, because I want to make sure they wasn't saying Jarvis's GPS or anything. Did Jarvis's GPS connect with that location? I wonder that now.
Okay. And did you author like a paragraph report in this case?
Yes.
Okay. And did you include coordinates in that report?
Yes, and they were incorrect in that report. I just went over it yesterday. I do have the correct coordinates if you guys want those.
Okay. Yes. Could you please provide us with the correct coordinates?
Yes.
And is there something that you're going to be using to refresh your memory?
I have a piece of paper here.
Okay.
So the coordinates that were provided in the paper were for the incident command. These coordinates are very close to where that piece of clothing was found. Their decimal degrees: 42.426693,
Wow.
negative 83.268497.
Okay. So the coordinates that are in your report are where incident command was kind of set up.
That's the incident command, yes.
Okay. I'm going to show you what's already admitted as People's Exhibit 14. Now I'm going to show just some specific pictures from that. We're looking at picture 63 here. Tell me, do you recognize anything in this photo?
Yes.
What is it that you recognize?
The pink article of clothing in the shoe.
Okay. And when you initially saw these items, is that how you saw them?
No, they were just balled up in the brush, just kind of stuffed in there.
Okay.
So,
sorry, continue.
I pulled them out and set them that way so the detectives would see it.
Okay.
So at what point did this dude come out here then? Exactly, JoJo. That's what I'm also saying. Where's all the clothes at that they kind of had to pick through? And
ain't nobody this motherfucking taking off their brand new suit and leaving it right here like this. And it look like it's blood right there. Look at it. I know what blood look like. Definitely giving blood, bro. And definitely a brand new ass suit, man. This bitch ain't got no crease and clean as hell. Blood on her back. Who the fuck leaving a brand new suit right here? Come on, man. Definitely blood, bro. If you don't think that's blood, you crazy, bro. I know what blood look like. Feel me? That's why motherfucking ain't nobody this motherfucking taking off.
why it looks so bright in his picture? His footage it looked more hot pink. And also, who friend is this? Who is the guy? What's his name? Wow.
So I'm gonna go to photo 69.
Not photo 69.
The shoe that you had found that was inside the leg of the pink jumpsuit.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
And
57. So that's the very shoe that was inside the onesie. So it was placed already. If this is the very shoe. Now, I was confused about that part because when I seen this shoe sitting there and heard his testimony and he said that he found it inside the leg, I thought that he had found the other shoe. But what they just said right here is that this is the shoe that he took from the jumper that was balled up and all that. So that would mean that we are looking at the placement after he removed the shoe from the jumper. That's what I just heard. Did y'all just hear that? I would love to have a timestamp and a date on this video. Exactly. Only the person who took this video got that. He doing too much. Like, you heard that? Okay. I'm going to play it again. He doing too much. I swear that shoe ain't clean nor new. Annette says she bought the right, and he talking about he know blood, like he know what's on it. Like now is because like I hadn't seen this video, y'all. This video changes things for me. I had not, and I don't even, that ain't the whole video. I'm sure he said some other stuff. Like I would love to get the whole video. I literally just found this by accident. And I wondered that stuff right away. I thought about the Border Patrol guy and how he said the clothes was bought up and all that stuff. It still don't make sense to me that the civilian would be out there recording still. I mean, recording and you know, unless he was there before the cops got there. You see what I'm saying? But they said the clothes was bought up, so that don't make sense. Why is a civilian out there recording evidence that the police took out and placed here? Why isn't anything taped off or anything? This is said evidence of a missing girl. Why would they be so careless with this evidence? I'm just saying, and I said I was lost for words, but there's the few words I was thinking. Let's go. This is crazy.
Is this
Yep.
a photo of them just from the behind?
Yes.
Okay, and you're
There's
the
the
one who
picture.
kind of took them apart and placed them separately like that.
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's the picture I was talking about where the cop, you could see their legs and boots and stuff. Let me see what y'all saying. They couldn't have placed it the same way, so very friend found it, right? After, because Roxy sent him. Right, how is it? That's what I'm saying. How is it already placed that way when this guy is recording? And he's recording as if it's his own discovery, and he just discovered, blood all over it. He ain't say nothing about the cops was on their way or anything, or that the cops were there. So it was very friend that found it. Never heard that. I never heard that, and I don't even want to put it out there because I don't have nothing telling me who this person is and how, if he is very friend. But I do remember what Roxy said about him. She said that he was a clout chasing person that was trying to get clout off her cousin, and he was a person that was getting community service hours. And she had to fight that battle by herself and run him off. Now, I don't know how she knew that he was on getting community service hours or anything. She didn't elaborate on who the guy was or anything like that. But at this point, that part is important. Who was it? Who was that guy? Because he the one that we need to be looking at more than anybody, the one that recorded it. But I heard Mark D recorded it too. I need to see Mark D's recording. How was the clothes when he recorded them? Because they said they found them first. Well, they didn't say clothes. They said shoes. Mark D said shoes or shoe or something. And he said he got intel a couple months ago that it was her DNA on that shoe. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Why was the shoe not collected as evidence once you find it? That's evidence. That's key evidence. So shout out to everybody in the building. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Listen, I wanted to stop it right there because the thing, like I said, what was confusing me is I thought that it was two shoes. And my thing is, how did Roxy and Mark see the shoe if it was balled up in the jumper and the Border Patrol person is the one that pulled it apart? How would they have seen that shoe? And why is that shoe sitting out there already and that pink jumper is in a totally different position than the position they left it in? So, okay, in court, now let me move this, and shout out to Stephanie Harden. I left your comment up because that's exactly where we going. She said, hello, Miss V. I wonder, did he photograph it before he placed it like that? No, he did not. He absolutely did not. He grabbed it, he put it in the position, and then took a picture later. But I question that because this is a civilian walking through recording and is not in the position that we see it in sitting in court. Let me move this comment right quick. That's why we here. Olivia B, I left you a message. I left my phone number. I seen what you sent. I definitely want to get that, or at least speak to you about it. But that picture at the top, that's the position that the police put it in. Where he's standing at right now, it ain't in that position. At the bottom, where you see the legs at, is not I'm sorry, the pink one. It's two different colors, right? The guy that was recording it came out, his video was hot pink. You see the position that is in hot pink. When you look at the lighter pink, you see the position that is in and is not the same position. Y'all let me know. I mean, it ain't the same position, right? It's sitting up, so that don't make sense to me. If Roxy and them left before the Border Patrol guy got there, then that would mean the clothes would have been balled up still. And the shoe would have been inside of it. Am I making sense? This just don't make sense to me. Okay? The position of the clothes is off. The fact that they left it out in the element. Shout out to Top Flight. Welcome in, y'all. Thank y'all all for being here. Shout out to Bronze in the building. Thank you so much for sharing me out, Bronze, always. Shout out to Lucille. Shout out to Princess. Welcome in, y'all. Evelyn Glover in the house. Welcome in, y'all. But this right here, I'm still tripping out on it. So, okay. So I did a poll and I said, how many people do y'all see in the woods, right? I don't know how well y'all can see it. It's grainy. It looked bad. 36% says I don't see anything. Let me put it back up what I was looking at when what I had in mind when I made this poll. Different angle and a filter. Why would they lighten it? So, right, it is a different angle, but the legs are sitting different too. You see the picture at the top? That's the position that the police left it in. The one by the comment. Now, the one where you see his boot, that is a different angle. But the way that it's sitting right here, where it looked like somebody is literally sitting there, that's the position that it was in court. But that is not the position that it is in hot pink when he was recording. So, something ain't making sense to me, okay? It's just not making sense. And then it is people back here. I don't know if y'all could see it. For every time that I redid this, of course, it gets more grainy. Now, this one I can see clearly. It's a person in a black hooded sweatshirt with green letters. But I seen about, and they on the phone too. They holding the phone up to their head. Can y'all see that? Right there. Okay, so let me take it to the one that I slowed it all the way down. I'm walking it pretty much. Now you can see him. But it's grainy, but you can still see that that's a person in a green hoodie. I mean, in a black hoodie with green letters. Right? On the phone with blue jeans. I wasn't so sure about that or not. Well, that looked like a person with a hoodie on, a sweatshirt with gold letters. I mean, the one in the green, if you looking at the lettering, you could see that person better than any other person. And then the more that I looked at it, the more images I started seeing. I'm like, okay, let me quit looking at this because now it's, but that's a person, look like to me. And yeah, what y'all think? That's the best image right there. The one with the green letters. I could see that person a lot better. I wish I had a better video. And then, like, when I originally made the video, I wasn't making it to look in the background, right? So I made it grainy myself, but and then I accidentally deleted some files on my device. Just so annoying. But anyway, let me see. If y'all could see anything, answer the poll. Look, 53% say I don't see anything. 17% says 2. I also know that everybody don't have the eyes to see what I'm seeing. I see different stuff. But I see clearly at least 2 people. I see that person clearly. And then the other person. Or I don't know if it's the same person or not. I even see the face. That I wasn't so sure of. Now, let me move it to a different one. And I'm also gonna let him finish talking. Allegedly. God dang it, I need to get off here. Okay, yeah. I think I'm done with that. Okay, now the next part that I wanted to go to is Shannon Jones.
Up and down, which now brings the debris onto the land, so you have to actually search the land a couple hundred feet. And in some places that the water has pulled debris. We searched the homes, as I said, searched the vehicles.
All right. So when you're out there at 7 Mile and Berg, do you have an idea of what you're looking for?
Yes.
Okay. And what was the idea of what you're looking for?
So initially when we were out there, again, we had the clothing description. We had the picture of her that she had sent that night or that day that she went missing on the 9th. So we were looking for the black hoodie. We were looking for, again, initially we were told blue and white gym shoes.
Now, is there a time where that changes?
Yes.
Okay. And what is it that makes that change?
So as we go out to areas and search, when we leave, a lot of times large community groups may go out there, right? And they saw that we were at 7 Berg, and I know people come out there to help. There was a group that had been out there and they were recording, and they saw a pair of Nike shoes, which were the red and black. We were alerted of those on our initial search. It's documented in our river search report.
See? It was a group of people out there recording, so she just told us right there it was more than one person out there. One of the things that I find funny is that Elsa said I seen 5, and I was like, man, I'm starting to see a bunch of stuff, right? Let me quit looking at it. And then Olivia said, I think it's the same person. And I said, I thought that too. Like when I walked it, you could tell. Let me go to it. You can tell the person in the green, that person is walking. So yeah, it is the same person, I believe, when you can see the green lettering. But I seen gold lettering, I seen other hoodies. So I think it's more than one person out there. But the person in the green, you can see them. And then I was going back and forth. Like I was going forward and backwards here. But you can tell that this person is like moving. See, I can see that person's face that is green, so I'm kind of like moving it back and then forward. That looked like a person peeping, and that looked like it could be a woman, but then it looked like a mannequin to me. But it's some people out there. She just said it was a group of people out there, and she also said that they had got a call earlier, right? They had got so that sounds like what Roxy said. Let's take it back.
So when you're out there at 7
and shout out to Justice as a Process.
Mile and Berg, do you have an idea of what you're looking for?
Yes.
Okay. And what was the idea of what you're looking for?
So initially when we were out there, again, we had the clothing description. We had the picture of her that she had sent that night or that day that she went missing on the 9th. So we were looking for the black hoodie. We were looking for, again, initially we were told blue and white gym shoes.
Now, is there a time where that changes?
Yes.
Okay, and what is it that makes that change?
So as we go out to areas and search, when we leave, a lot of times large community groups may go out there, right? And they saw that we were at 7 and Bird. I know people come out there to help. There was a group that had been out there and they were recording and they saw a pair of Nike shoes, which were the red and black. We were alerted of those on our initial search. It's documented in our river search report.
We agree on that one.
But because we weren't focused on the red and black and we were looking for blue and white Nike shoes, we left them there, but we did GPS the coordinates.
Stop you right there. That would have been Border Patrol agent Wyatt Barnes.
Yes.
Okay, you heard his testimony.
Yes.
All right, so continue.
Yeah. So on our initial search, we knew they were out there. The pink hoodie was identified, but we didn't collect them because, again, we didn't have anything about a pink hoodie or a pink onesie. And the shoes weren't matching. And there's a lot of clothing out there. There's a lot of shoes out there. There's people's.
Not to me, that part is a little confusing.
Now, is there a time where that changes?
Yes.
Okay, and what is it that makes that change?
See, first of all, why did it change? You know, I want to know why did it change? Like, why did it ever change what she had on from the initial thing that they said? That sounds like you're making it up as you go, right? Should the description of a missing person change along the way? Shout out to James Money. Welcome in. As far as I know, they haven't released any new information since the preliminary hearing. Nope, not that I know of. I'm wondering if something new will come up. What is it, the 20th? Y'all, please smack the thumbs up. I think we got 32 thumbs up. I don't know how many we got watching. It's different on every device I got up. Why are the police let people interfere with evidence? Exactly. The prosecution say they have third DNA, but never say what from, and was that information recently released? I remember hearing that it was unknown DNA on, I think, her hoodie or something like that. I think I remember hearing that in court. But no, I haven't heard of no new evidence from the preliminary hearing, and whatever we coming up with or whatever developments are happening. You right, Ms. V. I obviously want a grainy like figure background that looked like a woman, not a man. Okay, I read that one. Okay, I'm gonna let her keep talking, but why did her why did it change? Can somebody please make that make sense? Please. She was in school, taking a photo, smiling and waving. First of all, it do not match what they said. They said that she was on the floor asking to talk to a counselor. She wasn't herself and all of this stuff. But then we see a picture of her smiling and waving. We got friends saying that she was running away allegedly. And what she had on when she was smiling and waving was not a pink jumper. So how does she then go missing and they come up with a pink jumper and different shoes and nobody questioned that part of it? I'm confused. Why? I mean, I really am. She had on a sweater. It looked like a turtleneck like sweater in that with a sweatshirt. I need to pull up the picture. It didn't look like her either. Like, so how do we then find evidence find clothes that don't match nothing that was on the flyer? And then we got this. Make it make sense, please. I mean, we got this. That don't have that. This is her walking down the street in 2024 in front of a ring cam. How many ring cams do y'all know the footage look like that? Or is ring camera footage more like a movie? You know, is it more crystal clear than any other footage have you ever seen? Not this one. That don't look like her. And also the woman that they said was deceased, that her family, man, that one case, and I had seen the girl, I don't even remember her name, but she came up missing and they pronounced her unalive. The family had a funeral, mixed the ashes in with their mother and all this stuff. And somebody sent them a picture and said, your sister is not deceased. She just volunteered at my event. They told them they had DNA and dental. I don't know if it was DNA, it was dental records that they claimed that they said this is this woman. And it wasn't. She ain't dead. Now they trying to say, oh, well, somebody must have fraudulently went to the dentist under this woman's name, under her, like, no. So now they're saying, we're making changes. Now you're going to have to get DNA. And we can't just go by dental records because of fraud. And no, I think it happened at law, wherever the body was at, where, you know, the coroners and the people that we supposed to depend on. It depends on the ring cam. I have not seen any bad ring cam footage personally. This was horrible, but don't it look like she got on black and white shoes? Possibly high tops with some jeans on. And that jacket don't look like the Rugrats jacket. I see a book bag that look like a hat on her head. They told us it's a hood though. But that just didn't look like her to me. I'm sorry. They got to make it match. They got to make it make sense. Then we got a little girl. Oh, there she is right there waving. Let's look a little bit closer. Dang, it's at the bottom. Hold on. I can't. Wait. Yeah, I can't do nothing with that. It's at the bottom. But, thank y'all for y'all votes, too. That's what's in the way. Let me close that out. So we got 27 votes. How many people do you see in the woods? 2 at 15%. 3 at, oh, it's moving. 2 at 14%. 3 at 39%. 4 at 4%. And I don't see anything at 43%. Thank y'all for y'all votes. Okay, so she has on a turtleneck sweater. I don't know if that sweater is light blue or white, but it ain't a pink jumper. I mean, it ain't a pink jumper. It's not a pink jumper. So because they got a call and said, let's let her talk. This just never made sense to me.
So as we go out to areas and search, when we leave, a lot of times large community groups may go out there, right? And they saw that we were at Sevenenberg, and I know people come out there to help. There was a group that had been out there and they were recording, and they saw a pair of Nike shoes, which were the red and black. We were alerted of those on our initial search. It's documented in our river search report. But because we weren't focused on the red and black and we were looking for blue and white Nike shoes, we left them there, but we did GPS the coordinates.
Stop you right there. That would have been Border Patrol Agent Wyatt Barnes.
Yes.
Okay, you heard his testimony.
Yes.
All right, so continue.
Yeah. So on our initial search, we knew they were out there. The pink hoodie was identified, but we didn't collect them because, again, we didn't have anything about a pink hoodie or a pink onesie, and the shoes weren't matching. And there's a lot of clothing out there. There's a lot of shoes out there. There's people's clothes. There's all type of debris. So I can't collect every single piece of clothing and article that we find. Later, I get the information that as the search team is out there, they had called 911 because they saw these shoes. And they posted a picture of these shoes somewhere or sent it to Naziah's brother. Naziah's brother then reached out to me and he sent me a picture of Naziah wearing the black and white Nike shoes.
Okay.
Black and white.
Once I saw she had the exact same shoes on that are depicted, that were described out there, I knew immediately where to go. I gathered a couple members of my team and we immediately went back out to where the shoes were GPS located and recovered the shoes. As we were there, that's when we found the black hoodie and then the pink jumpsuit that had been laid out by Agent Wyatt.
Okay. Now, as it relates to those
Where was all that stuff at before? That is just so weird.
red and black Nike shoes, you had a photo that they were associated with Naziah in some way. Did you ever end up asking Annette to see if those shoes were still in Naziah's possessions?
Yes.
Okay. And did you ever end up recovering those pairs from Annette?
No.
So
That don't make sense to me. Like, I mean, somebody go missing, you're told they in one outfit, and then it changes, and that's okay. Even if she had her clothes in the book bag, where's her book bag at? I don't even think they ain't find no book bag out there, did they? And her tablet, I always question, how did her tablet get home? Right, she said it wrong, sitting right there in court. She said it wrong. Pink hoodie. Shout out to Amma. Yeah, but then she did correct it earlier. She was like, pink jumper. So the clothes changed mid-search. Now this in February. She been missing since January. What made them go out there? Why was that group out there? And I wonder who those people were. Let's go back to the grainy footage that y'all can't see that well. What the heck? What made them go out there? I wonder. Like, they just thought, let's just go walk out here, and they found the stuff. Just Now that's how it was sitting. That's how the hoodie, that's how the jumper was sitting in the right angle, which is different from the way that the hot pink one is sitting. So it's okay that they red, black, and white when they told you she had on blue and white Nikes. And then it's a picture of her in a whole different outfit waving while in school, and she's coming from school. I mean, unless they just left the part out in the preliminary hearing that she went home, changed, left her book bag at home, and left. I don't know. Like, make it make sense, though. It don't. So anyway, what y'all think? Why wasn't all the clothes in the first guy's video? Thank you, Amma. They claim they found, I guess they searched some more once they went back out there. Make it make sense. Everything that they found should, and then it don't look like it's a bunch of clothes. Now, granted, we just seeing a little small area, but come on, man. Come on. And that dude seemed a little bit too excited finding this stuff, too. I don't know. It was just something weird about the way he was saying it to me. I'm going back to what I thought originally, especially with this video coming out. Okay, let's let me see what else she gonna say.
So, after you recover the pink jumpsuit, the black hoodie, the shoes, what do you do with them?
Those are all, well, the evidence techs collect them. They're placed on evidence. Those items were wet, so I had to wait, obviously, for them to dry. Once they're ready to be processed and they're finished drying, then I create a lab report. And items are selected and turned over to the state police lab for processing to look for any type of DNA evidence.
Okay, so once those are placed on evidence by the lab tech, you're the one who then submits them to Michigan State Police?
Yes.
Okay.
There may be some of the lab reports where I had gathered the evidence and one of my partners had gone down and physically took the items to the lab, which is all in the same building.
Okay. Now, I believe you said at least one time when you were out at 7 Mile and Bury that it had been snowing. Were you at all, I guess, familiar with kind of the weather back? Let's start with back in January 9th.
Yeah, so I searched it. There's a weather site where you can search the dates and the cities and what the weather was like. On the 9th into the 10th, it had rained here. If you remember, we had a very mild winter. In 2024, the January months, we had a lot of rain that month, which would have caused, the water levels to rise.
Oh. Now, is there, did you interview a Tijuana butts?
Yes.
Tell me how that came about.
Tijuana actually reached out to me.
Okay, so that's really all I wanted to get from that particular video. And I just wanted to make sure that y'all could see that I'm pointing out that there's people in the woods. She actually mentioned that it was people out there recording and all that. And this make it even more shady to me. I'm just saying, like, so they didn't verify. Everything got verified through Vari because he matched the shoe. According, when we was listening to Rain of Fire, she literally mentioned that those clothes grandma got them clothes from from the dang on clothes laundry basket. I believe it, because this don't make sense. It don't. It don't make sense. Number one, that there's no picture of the evidence prior to him pulling them apart and laying them out there. He said when he found them, they were balled up. So if it was balled up under the brush, how did Roxy and Mark D see the shoe? How did this group come out and see anything laid out like that? And even if that group came out and the Border Patrol had already laid them out, it's in the wrong position. It's not in the position that it is in court. The top photo is not in that position. The hot pink one is sitting totally different. And this is while the guy is out there recording. So, yeah, okay. So we gonna move on. That's a lot. And let's go here. Shout out to Cold Piece. I like to call her Cold Catches, because she knows she be catching some good stuff. So she happened to be on the trail of the evidence too. And so I want to go to the video that she was talking about. And can somebody put Cold Pieces link in the chat, please? Yep, light pink. Shout out to Loaded Gang. Yep, it's light pink. And like Olivia B said, it definitely could have filter in the video, you know, because that is where the light pink one came from, or it could be a different one. I don't know. I ain't trusting it. And then when you listen at this part, it further is shady. Like, what?
What piece TV?
Hold on, y'all.
You test everything one by one. I don't know. Is it something that I'm missing? But I thought when you're doing an investigation, when you find evidence that you test everything one by one. I don't know. Is it something that I'm missing? But it's a lot of stuff that they did wrong that I feel like that they did wrong. And in the long run, it's gonna come back to bite them in the ass. But y'all watch it and y'all give me y'all input on it.
Welcome in, Miss Patty. How you doing?
This is case 2459617, the people of State of Michigan versus Jarvis Butts. We left off right before Mr. Freaking
Howden.
began cross-examination of Sergeant
Oh.
Jones. Sergeant Jones, you are still under oath. And once you get seated, Ms. Riggins, you can begin cross-examination.
Yep, as a matter of fact, when Annette was in court, she said something wrong too. It's like I believe when confusion gets into stuff, that's where the lies lie. You know what I'm saying? Like, confusion. Why is it confusing? Why is everybody mixing up what she had on? It looked like a light blue or white. It looked more light. When I first seen it, it looked like a light blue or powder blue turtleneck sweater. But I think on the stand, Annette said something about her having a blue hoodie and a white sweater or something, she said. I don't know. It wasn't the same though. Like, why is that okay? For everything to keep changing up?
So you're the OIC on this case, correct?
Yes, sir.
When were you first designated as the OIC on this case?
It would have been, I believe, the 15th or 16th of February.
Okay. And what are your duties as OIC on this case?
The OIC begins with the preliminary investigation overlooking the case. On a missing person case, we're obviously making contact with family and getting some witness interviews. We also prep a warrant request that's submitted to the prosecutor.
Okay. So you're responsible for collecting evidence?
Yes.
And you're responsible for coordinating the evidence?
Correct.
Okay. You conduct interviews, correct?
Yes.
And in fact, you conducted several interviews in this case?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You submit evidence for testing, correct?
Pardon me?
You submit evidence for testing?
Yes, I have.
Okay. You are aware that Mr. Butts has quite a few girlfriends, correct?
Correct.
All right. And from the very beginning of this case.
That sound about right, Stephanie. Stephanie said, I think Annette said she had on a powder blue jean set. Why her clothes keep changing and ain't a problem. Like, and then if you look, the faded kind, Oh, yep. And then if you look at her missing posters, they're all different. Like, I mean, they changed it from the original one, because the original says she had on the blue and white shoes and some other stuff. Then they changed it. Let me find them flyers.
You suspected from your beginning of the case, you suspected Jarvis Butt had something to do with Isaiah being missing, correct?
Well, when we were discussing the case on the first day, February 12th.
Oh, dang. Shout out to Mushy for sending a donation. I seen it earlier and I forgot to say something. Thank you, Mushy. I appreciate that. Let me look at something. Yeah, shout out to Mushy for sending a super sticker. Hold on, where is that thing at?
And if you put a bug in my cup, I will shut the fuck up. And you don't gotta be a baller to give me a ma, give me a ma, give me a motherfucking dollar. And if you
Thank you for the buck in my cup, Mushy. I appreciate it. So if anybody else feel led to put a buck in my cup, I'll take it. Shout out to Mushy. I appreciate that.
DPS had told us the last person that they had contact with and they identified as Jarvis Butts. And then on February 15th, when we verified that Isaiah was in fact with him and Cordell on the ride out to Ypsilanti, which is the last day that she was seen, then he became.
But yeah, what Alma said, please, y'all just smack the thumbs up. That's free. That's all I really want y'all to do. Thank y'all for tuning in. I definitely appreciate that. But we need y'all to help us get these thumbs up. We want 1,000 thumbs up. Okay, we can do it. Shout out to Miss Patty dropping the good fire and horns, or the V fire. Thank you so much for being a member. Could that be Mark D? Oh, that's that. Speaking of that, thank you, Top Flight. Because I wanted to go to that part. I'll do it after this. Let's listen to her, because this don't make no sense either. So let's listen.
Primary suspect.
Okay. And from the beginning, you didn't suspect this was a missing person case, correct?
Well, she's missing. It's been a missing person case. I don't understand your question, I guess.
So you suspect that she was deceased, correct?
I didn't expect that she's deceased from day one. It takes a lot of investigation before you can come to that conclusion.
Okay.
It's not going to be one of those right away. You have to rule out every other possibility.
All right. Didn't you tell Shannon Harris in her interview on the 15th that this is not a missing person case at this point?
I believe I told her that it was not being handled by DPS as a missing person case at that point, and that it's being handled at Detroit Police Homicide Missing Persons.
So you didn't tell her that this was not a missing person case? We're no longer looking for a missing person?
I don't believe that would have been my exact wording. On February 15th?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't believe that would have been my wording, that I would have already come to some conclusion that she was deceased on the 15th.
Okay.
So this is mind-boggling too, because she says that they got the case February 12th. And the attorney is saying that within 3 days, they classified Nazia's case as a homicide, that she's no longer here with us. And how is that even possible? Like, you couldn't have possibly did enough investigation and stuff for that to even be the case. Not even that, just what she said was when they realized that Jarvis was the last person to see her going to Ypsilanti with them. But Jarvis is the only one being accused of unaliving her and not King. He's the only one being a suspect. I'm trying to understand why wouldn't both of them become a suspect if they were the last two people to see her alive. You guys, I'm doing this video because I want feedback from you guys.
She definitely got a great point there. They both was there. They took her out of Detroit and she came up missing. At what point? I mean, can they really say at what point? They were in the same car. I mean, I know they clocking locations and all of that stuff. And that's the other part. I didn't play that part, but she said that the Jarvis's locations matched up with 7 Mile and Berg, where the clothes was found, where that stuff was found at. But it just don't make sense. And it don't make sense that they not testing everything. That's the part that I wanted to focus in on in this video.
These things that I have issues with and questions about. I'm wondering if it's more of you guys that feel the same way as I do.
Yeah, it's evidence shady.
Things that's being said.
You also testified that you found several knives in one of the vehicles, correct?
Correct.
All right. Did you test the knives? I know you tested at least one knife for
Yes.
for DNA. Did you test the other knives for DNA?
The other knives were not tested, no.
Okay. And did you test any of the knives for blood?
I believe we had all the knives swabbed, and then nothing came back leading anything to be blood, but we submitted it on the knife that was up near the driver's seat. The other knives, one was like a butter knife. Another one was like a smaller kitchen knife, but it was like under the back seat. It looked old and crusty, like it hadn't been up there. So the knife that was at the closest access that looked to be not stored in the truck for a very long time, as opposed to the other ones, were the ones that we had swabbed and tested.
How do you just test certain things like that? Does that make sense to y'all? Does that make sense that, okay, it didn't look like it was up there with them and it was kind of crusty? So, I mean, it's like you playing any, mini, miny, mo. You know, you just, whatever you land on, that's what I don't know, man. Like, makes no sense.
Even that part about the knives, like, why not submit everything? If you found it in the car, why submit one and not the other one? Even though you're saying it looks like the knives have been in the car for a long time, they look old and things like that. That doesn't mean that that couldn't have been used to do something to Nazaya. Like, a lot of this just don't make sense to me. But let's keep it going.
Tested. And then additionally, they were tested with Blue Star. So the knife that reacted to anything that maybe Blue Star reacted to, that was specific why that knife was submitted.
So there was no blood found on that knife, correct?
Correct.
So there was testimony about a black hoodie that was found, correct?
Yes.
Did you personally examine this hoodie?
I did not touch it. It was there. I was there as I observed it being opened up by the evidence technician who was collecting it, as well as re-going through the photos while we were there and then after.
All right. So the hoodie looked weathered, did it not?
It was wet.
It was wet. There were spider webs in it, correct?
I didn't open it to manipulate it. So if there was something that maybe the evidence tech testified to seeing, I wasn't right there as it was being opened. So
I don't think we heard Wyatt or say nothing about the hoodie. So he wasn't the one who did that. Where was the hoodie? In proximity from where the pink jumper and the shoe was at. I mean, it's like we just supposed to just trust. I think this is not the first case that I've heard them or known them to say. And the case that I'm thinking about is Jelani Day. They said Jelani Day's clothes was balled up in some rocks. and some bored white girls found them. When the cops, the volunteers, and all them people couldn't find them. And yeah, so the whole balled up thing, it just made me think about that. And they still ain't found out what happened to him, by the way. So that's just shady. Let me see what y'all saying. Y'all please smack that thumbs up. His was balled up. So they say, AJ. Welcome in, or Aja. But we just supposed to trust that? It should be practice, and it's not, y'all. It is not practice. They'll touch it because they'll say, well, I didn't know it was going to be something significant. How about you just take a picture if you touch it? Take a picture before you touch it. Then we ain't got to worry about it. Wow, how long ago was that when it happened to Jelani? That was 2021. Yep. His mother is still fighting for justice. And she ain't got it because it's a cover-up. That's where I see all the shady stuff happen when they involved. This is crazy. CSI and Law and Order had me thinking the PD did deep investigations. Their plan, pick and choose. Exactly. Any, many, miny, mo. Catch a pickle by its toe. If you can't catch it, I guess you can't test it. It makes no sense. Let's continue. This is crazy.
I couldn't answer. I did not see a spider web. I can't say that there was not one.
Okay. Did you see any other debris on this hoodie?
So again, the hoodie is wet.
Okay.
A lot of times when articles of clothing are wet, it's hard to distinguish whether there's any other type of stains on there. We're not out there manipulating clothing like that. We preserve it the best that we can. That way, if there is something, it can be properly examined inside a laboratory.
In black shoes, gym shoes, correct?
Yes.
Were they tested for DNA?
No.
Okay.
Oh, that's the part.
And
that's the part. I'm see. Listen.
This,
Did y'all just hear that? Did y'all just hear that? Did y'all just hear that they didn't test DNA on them shoes? That was not said that Naziah was wearing the day that she went missing. That was out there being recorded after allegedly it was staged. Look, I keep saying staged. That it was set up like that by the Border Patrol person who left it out there for people to tamper with evidence, allegedly. Unless this guy came out and recorded it before he got there, and then, yeah, that don't make sense either with what they're telling us. They just said they didn't test them shoes, that they didn't say that she was wearing that day. And it allegedly had blood on it. We heard dude. He kept saying it. I know what blood look like. Didn't he?
Cars in this investigation, correct?
Throughout the investigation, yes.
Okay. You had a cadaver dog. You see several cars in this unit.
No. There is something, it can be properly examined inside a laboratory.
In black shoes, gym shoes, correct?
Yes.
Were they tested for DNA?
No.
Now listen, the whole time I've been talking about Roxy and Mark found these shoes. And every time I would say that, I would say what Mark said. And Mark said that he got intel a couple months after finding the shoe that it had tested positive for her DNA.
About some shoes that came about, right? Well, there was an investigation going on by a church. Remember, there was like 9 different precincts investigating by the church. Well, I was live on the scene that day, and it was a lot of information being said on my live. They told me to shut my live down and go live somewhere else, right? Because the information being shut, right? So I went live to somewhere else was across the street. Me and Roxy went live, and we found a pair of shoes, right? So we went live on a pair of shoes, and then the police called me back and said, "Hey, well, where are those shoes at? What's going on with the shoes?" I said, "Well, we're right across the street." So they said, "Where you at?" So we waited there for an hour, waiting for them to pull up. They didn't show up. Long story short, they went and recovered the shoes, and I found out I got intel about 2.5 months later. They did an investigation on the shoes, a DNA test on the sweat, and they found out that those were actually her shoes after they did a DNA test on the sweat from the shoes, right? Situation about some shoes that came about, right? Well, there was an investigation going on by a church. Remember, there was like 9 different precincts investigating by the church.
Y'all heard that, right? I've been saying that the whole time. And this woman just said they didn't test the shoe. What? What? Man, listen. Who lying? Who lying? This is why last time I could not say this stuff because I needed to process this stuff. Listen, JoJo said, I told y'all Roxy and Mark found the shoe first. Yeah, they did. That's what I've been saying the whole time. They said they found it first. So I'm trying to figure out, because that was the argument, right? Roxy was on a panel and the people was tearing her apart, telling her she didn't find the shoe. This guy on IG found the shoe. And she was like, no, he recorded it after we left, right? So anyway, I've been saying what they said the whole time. But it wasn't until the other day that I went back after I was live, I went back and I heard her say that. I didn't know that wasn't true, according to what she's saying. How do you not test DNA on a shoe that she wasn't said to have been in when she went missing? Why wouldn't you test that shoe to make sure? Why wouldn't you test the blood that dude that recorded it kept saying he seen on it? It rained that day. That's what she said. On that day, it rained. And that would cause the water to go, up and down and cause debris to scatter and all the whatever else stuff she said. That's crazy. They never touched the shoe, but blood was on the shoe when a guy found it. He kept saying it. Make it make sense. Wouldn't you want to make sure? Y'all, please smack that thumbs up. And definitely, if you want to support the channel, it's so many ways to support the content. First of all, just smack the thumbs up. Ring my bell before you break into my chat. So if you didn't smack that thumbs up, please back out and go ahead and do that right now. You can also support the channel through super chat, super thanks, super sticker, and become a member to support. And thank you, Alma. We sleuths want to know who's lying. Exactly. We want to know, who lying? Because somebody lying. She just said they didn't tell. I can't believe it. I can't. I ain't gonna. We heard it. Let's see what else she gonna say.
Okay. And you see several cars in this investigation, correct?
Throughout the investigation, yes.
Okay. You had a cadaver dog pass through the car, correct?
Correct.
Did the cadaver dog give you a hit on any car?
No.
Okay.
Answers on whether that was Naziah's hoodie or not were the items that were submitted. once that hoodie came back that it was hers, there was no need for me to test the shoes that I had a picture of her wearing, because I knew that that hoodie was going to be showing that that was her belongings.
Make it make damn sense. What? Come on, man. Are you serious? I'm sorry, but I ain't buying it at this point. I always didn't buy it. I always didn't think that was her walking down the street, you know. So now you go back and you listen and you hear all this after looking at everything. She looked like a different person in every dang on picture we looking at. The flyers they made, every picture looked different. Every outfit description is different. Her grandmother said it wrong in the courtroom. This woman said it wrong in the courtroom too. I'm just saying. And then we got the position of the jumper and stuff off too. And then all the other shadiness that we keep hearing about. Big respect, content creators. They only one making sense from this nonsense. Man, thank you. I appreciate that. Why wasn't Roxy a witness? Probably because she's not a witness to what happened, I guess, with Jarvis. But you saying as far as finding the clothes? Probably because I've heard somebody ask that before. Like, if you was the one that found the clothes, why wasn't you a witness and stuff? And one of the things that I was saying is that law enforcement don't be giving other people credit for stuff. Like, that's what I was saying in the beginning. Like, if they ain't gonna necessarily say that somebody else called them to the location. They'll just tell you the part where they talking about what they found. They ain't tell you how they got there. But I don't know. All of the stuff that we looking at, I don't know how how it was able to get into court without verifying everything, especially with the shoes and who was the person recording. At what point did he? Because you heard Mark D just say that they was out there for an hour or something, and Roxy said 3. Roxy said she waited for 3 hours and they didn't show up. So what, the group of people came after Roxy left, after she'd been sitting out there for 3 hours? They came after that recording? Who was the guy that needed the community hours? Who was the guy that recorded that? I mean, shoot. We need to know that. Everyone left the shoe behind. Why leave a shoe with blood on it out there, team? Okay? Because the team left that so like that before the guy found it. Because the team left that shoe like that before the guy found it. Which team? Oh, you talking about Roxy and Mark? Or you talking about Vari and his friends? I don't, and I'm gonna say this because JoJo mentioned that the guy recording was Vari's friend, but I don't know where you got that from. I'm not sure who the guy is, but he was a younger guy. I mean, he ain't no old man. He ain't the Border Patrol guy either. That wasn't him. It just don't make sense. It's like, here's another instance where everybody did what they shouldn't have done. You know what I'm saying? Like, how can we have that throughout the whole case of everybody doing something wrong in this case? You find some clothes balled up. You don't take a picture before you snap it. You pull them apart and lay them out there like that, which is manipulation. That you're manipulating the the state that it was left in is what I was saying. Like, don't this help you know what was in the killer's mind, right? What was he thinking? How he laid this? You know, they keep better track of baseball cards than they do evidence. I mean, what are we doing here? The position, very off. Who is the agent? White, she mentioned. Is he FBI? He's a border patrol guy. I think his name was Wyatt or something. He's the border patrol guy that found this or got out there, put it apart, didn't wait for the people to bag it, tag it, or nothing, just left it there. Then these guys come along. I'm still trying to figure out, was it before or after? It would have to be after. If it was balled up and it wasn't balled up then, it would have had to been after, but the jumper is in a different position than what the pictures say in court. It don't make sense. But anyway, God, it just don't. It can't. It don't match. It can't. Where's that other picture? Everybody weird.
Excuse me, ma'am. The people of the public wants to know where Nazai is. Are y'all gonna tell us? Or y'all gonna stop playing games? Huh? How you miss your baby? You don't miss your grandbaby? Huh? You don't care about your grandbaby? Hello? Here, take some cheese balls with your burger ass. Excuse me, man.
The family don't give a damn. Granny. Like, that's crazy. Right there. How's it sitting up like that? And not sitting up there like that when that guy took the video. Because it ain't. It ain't. Okay, let me go on to this rest of this video.
Now, as it relates to guns specifically, if you're trying to connect a gun to a homicide, would you need something to compare it to?
Yes.
Okay, and was there any, there was no body found in this case, that's correct?
Correct. You would either need the a projectile that you may recover or find at a scene, or the actual spent casing.
And there was none of that able to be found, correct?
Correct.
And your history in your police work?
For 11 years, yes.
Okay. Now, a cadaver dog would only hit if they're in a vehicle, if there was a dead body in that vehicle. Is that correct?
They'll hit on blood, or if there was like biological from somebody that's deceased, something.
So if a body was in a car that was not yet deceased, that cadaver dog presumably would not hit.
Correct.
And you got this investigation in February around the 14th or 15th?
Yes.
Okay. And when was that knife found in Mr. Butt's car?
After we impounded the car, then they did the inventory, the evidence search. It would have been probably a week or so later, and then it's reviewed when I get to that and then submitted.
Okay.
Now that's a valid point, Top Flight. It's strange the lady found her ID, was on the stand. Roxy and Mark D wasn't, after allegedly finding her shoe and etc. You got a point when you put it like that. You definitely got a point. I do not know. Like, don't none of this make sense, man. It don't. It do not. But she said, the prosecutor said they will be able to determine that she is gone by the overwhelming evidence. Where is that? Where is the overwhelming evidence at? Wow, man. Like, y'all saying that. Look, T Beezy, welcome back, T. I see you. You was the first one or the second one in the chat, but you got carried away at the grocery store, huh? See the one that keeps finding. She the one that keep finding everything. Man. What you cooking tonight, T? She probably not a witness because she didn't find the clothes. I feel like that was a clout move. They never mentioned clothes, though. That's the other thing. Like, they only said shoe. And Wyatt, the Border Patrol guy, said the shoe was inside the pink jumper, balled up under the brush. So how did you see a shoe? That's where we at. How did anybody see the damn shoe? Like, I'm telling y'all, like, it was, I was like, okay, so maybe that was one shoe that was out and it was another shoe balled up in the pink jumper, right? So maybe the one already sitting out there, okay, that was sitting out there, they seen it and didn't know that it was another shoe nearby. No, it was only one shoe found. Make it make sense. It don't, it can't. It can't.
So that would have put almost a month and a half, almost 2 months away from January 9th, 2024.
Yes.
Nothing further, Judge.
Maybe not as a shooting, maybe as just a blunt force instrument. Or if it was a short, or if it was a close range shot. Couldn't blood or skin cells be on the gun?
Yes.
Nothing further.
Any last questions?
No, Judge, thank you.
Wait.
So then we go
Wait,
here.
what did he say?
Nothing further.
Hold on, because he...
Maybe not as a shooting, maybe as just a blunt force instrument.
Did she say she didn't test it?
When I get to that and then submitted.
Okay, so that would have put almost a month.
Hold on, yeah.
Like biological from somebody that's deceased, something.
So if a body was in a car that was not yet deceased, that cadaver dog presumably would not hit.
Correct.
And you got this investigation in February around the 14th or 15th?
Yes.
Okay, and when was that knife found in Mr. Butt's car?
After we impounded the car, then they did the inventory, the evidence search. It would have been probably a week or so later, and then it's reviewed when I get to that and then submitted.
Okay, so that would have put almost a month and a half, almost 2 months away from January 9th, 2024.
Yes.
Nothing further, Judge.
Maybe not as a shooting, maybe as just a blunt force instrument. Or if it was a short, or if it was a close range shot. Couldn't blood or skin cells be on the gun?
Yes.
Nothing further.
I ain't gonna take it back, but it made me wonder if she said they didn't test the gun. Is that what she said? I'm not about to take it back, but let's just keep it going.
Any last questions?
No, Judge, thank you.
So then we go here to listen to what Roxy had to say. I just randomly went to her page, seeing that she posted some things. She also did a video. It's a video posted on her page that she shared. I'm thinking she went to Ypsilanti and did a search just recently. So I'll bring that back to you guys later today. But let's check out what Roxy has to say, because this last one that's going to show is her saying, when them tables turns and the lies come out, or something like that. Wonder who she was talking about, but let's get into it.
Hello, Miss Harvey. This is a really good question. You said, since they haven't found her body, do I think that they have her put up somewhere where she could deliver the child and be taken care of? No, I don't. In the beginning, when I first got to Detroit, in February of 2024, I did think that that was a possibility. I was hoping that that could be a possibility, considering the fact of how many kids all them got.
And we know that that changed too. Kiwana was on another podcast and said some things about Roxy being in and out of town between November and January. And what stuck out to me too with that is like when Jarvis gets into trouble, it's between November and January. Because I mean, it's a couple times. Like when he went to jail for that length of time, it happened around his birthday. With that gun charge that he was supposed to be locked up for prior to this happening, that happened on around his birthday. It's like, and then JoJo said that she was dealing with him between November and January. And when she was up here, I brought that up, and she's like, "Yeah, it seemed like he get into stuff in those months." So it's connected to his birthday, and it's connected to the age 13, because 13 we found out is his lucky number. The Journal actually said that. He always says it. He always says that. He lies and tell people he got 13 kids, knowing he got a 30 plus or more. So she's saying she didn't get here till February. Yep, that's what she said. And that's what she had been saying. But Roxy is a classic case of nutty. Welcome in, Terry. It was said she left January 6th and Jarvis and Isaiah was together that day. Yeah, I mean, man, so much is happening. Like, I never doubted what they were saying at all. Until I heard her say that Shannon didn't say what we heard her say about Isaiah and the pregnancy test. Because I know what I heard. And then now this, I mean, me seeing that video changed that for me. Yeah. Let's keep going.
Right. But no, I don't think that she is put up anywhere. I don't think that she had the baby. No, she is gone. Meaning unalived, gone. As well as her unborn child. The prosecution has already stated that they have an overwhelming amount of evidence to be able to prove that she is unalive.
Where's that? Where that though? Because that's what we sitting up here looking at, and that's the words I was trying to remember. See how I'm saying, like, me and Cold Piece be on the same leads and not even on purpose. I happened to run across this video after my live stream, or either before. I don't remember the leads that she follow is like, because my videos roll over from the next. So it's just like, it's weird. It's crazy how all of the stuff is coming together. Because when you listen at the stuff in the beginning, you don't know all of the stuff that you find out. And that video just changed everything for me. Y'all, please smack that thumbs up. Did anyone think Florentino have the kids since CPS came that one day and they didn't take them because he was there and wasn't part of the case? I think I heard something like that, but I don't know. I don't think I know that information too much. Not to mention her wife is a cop. The cousin told that also. And Roxy and her mom both were very upset that information was not supposed to get out. Yes, now I actually watched that. So I did see that. And I actually was upset a little bit because I'm like, why was she? That's putting doubt. Literally, that was right before I ran into this video of the guy recording it, and that changed everything. Because when I first heard Kiwana say that, I was like, now why is she doing that? Because she already know, like, people have already said that Roxy planted the stuff and all of that stuff. I wasn't going with none of those narratives at all. I wasn't. And when she put that out there, I'm like, dang, that could mess up the case. You know, that's how I'm looking at it, right? And then I run across that video, and then I everything just started swirling in my head. I'm like, wait a minute now. That don't make sense. Yeah. We following the evidence. So January 6th is interesting because I heard somewhere else that the phone that lady had turned on for Naziah was turned off that day. Okay, yeah. I think I remember hearing something about that. I know I heard about the phone. As far as lady having it, turning it off and on, and then the police end up grabbing it and all of that. But I don't know if I knew the particular date. It was a lot of stuff going on. I can tell you that, because January 9th, she came up missing. January 10th, Shannon, I think that was the day that she went down for the paternity test or something like that. Some type of DNA, something that I ran across. Then January 11th, they went and pressed charges on the person that Naziah got into a fight with in November. She got into a fight with somebody in November, and they went and pressed charges on the girl. Okay, November 2023, to be exact. Then they go press charges on her January 11th after she went missing. According to Mark, I mean, they had picked the girl up. I think Roxy is one of them, because she told that story on his show. But I don't know if some more information came out. But yeah, the wife is. I believe that if they moved to Detroit, the wife must have been able to get a transfer to be a Detroit cop. I'm just assuming. And then I wonder, was that her standing there with the family? But I don't know. I know it was a creator that had that information. I don't know if they still got it, if they deleted it. I didn't really focus in on that a lot, but I did see it though. So I'm assuming she is. I mean, that part tripped me out too. That threw me for a loop. I was like, what? I mean, but you know. Let's see. I think this is all she said here.
So, no. I don't think that they have her put up somewhere, and I don't think that the child is being taken care of. I believe that Naziah Harris and her unborn child are both deceased. Thank you for your question.
Wow. Man. Late, but I'm here. Hey, Jenny, welcome in. Thank you for coming through. I appreciate that. The wife is high yellow. She's white, right? Yeah, unless I guess I wasn't paying that much of attention. But I think the lady is white. I remember it was some type of video, some type of ceremony or something. And you could hear Roxy screaming in the background. You literally could. Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. I'm like, I need to go watch that again or something. Was I not paying that much of attention? Her wife was underage when she met her as well. She looked older than Roxy to me. I don't know. Like, I was kind of wondering if that lady that was standing there at the press conference was her because of the hair. I remember the hair being like short. I really didn't focus on that. I really didn't. I need to go look, I guess. Her wife was underage when she met her as well, from what I heard. Like I said, this lady and her mammy are nutcases and obvious frauds, but hey, I'm just one person. Welcome in, Terry. Man, I don't know. Clearly, it's things that they are protecting in the family. It's clearly it's things that they have against each other, and things that each other don't want to get out. And I got that from the last one with Kiwana and Kenya when she brought up Crystal. Asked to say, shut up before it all, but I don't know what all came out. It's just wild. It's too much going on. It's so much that unexpected things are happening. Okay, so we got another piece. Hold on. Now this is for the people coming in. This is the woods where they found where the old golf course or whatever, and where they found their clothes, and we seen images in the woods. This is the guy recording the shoe. So I was asking, how many people do you see out there? And then I got one more cold cut. Okay, she caught something else that I want to focus on.
Get Mimi. Do y'all remember Mimi? The girl that ended up getting arrested and stuff for going into, which was supposed to be in Jarvis' shop and everything like that. Well, she has something she wants to get off her chest, so let's get into it.
Good morning. Forgive my camera because it is broke on the front end. Don't worry about that. That's not the point. The point is, I'm just sick and tired of people who have big platforms, podcasts, channels, anything with influence, not using their influence in a positive or truthful per se way. Now, it came to my attention that a content creator / a cousin of Naziah Harris has went out to Ypsilanti, Frog Island, to hike. I'm not sure what her motive was going out there. I guess it was to hike. I don't know, whatever. But then she starts asking questions like, is there anybody out there in in Ypsilanti that can tell me about Frog Island? Trying to get information. Mind you, Mimi Young, I was there on Mother's Day, bright and early, with another person on the phone, another supporter on the phone the whole time. It took me about 40 minutes to get to Ypsilanti, 40-minute drive, right? So I'm just kind of thinking, you know, maybe you saw my video from Mother's Day and it prompted you to go out there to Ypsilanti. It's not a competition or anything, but I just want to say, didn't you say that I should stop searching? Didn't you say that I was delusional? Didn't you say that I was schizophrenic? Did you say I was a crackhead? Didn't you say all of this shit about me? But you're double backing on the things that I'm doing. It doesn't make any fucking sense. So yeah, you found a fucking tether. Okay, what made you go out there in the first place? What made you go out there in the first place? Is because you saw my video. My videos are circulating around. I got a lady to actually speak up and actually tell me that Jarvis was at one of those places down there. So if you needed any information, you could have contacted the original creator that went out there and investigated on their own time, on their own dime, who actually got all the information from locals. You should have contacted Mimi Young, but your pride, Your pride. And I won't say anything else about that. Your pride. And we're going to see how this plays out, you guys. Okay? Since everybody wanted to be on a fucking Roxy boat, and now the motherfucker is rocking the boat. How about that? Because you don't want to give nobody motherfucking credit. Yo, mama sat on Shank Rocks Live and told me basically to my face, fuck you. So guess what? I said that shit back. Shank asked her, you give her any credit for anything she's done for your family? She said, no. I said, well, fuck you too, bitch. You really thought I gave a fuck. You really thought I gave a fuck. But now y'all are double backing on my fucking investigations. Yeah. That's the reason why she was out there in Ypsilanti. Stop letting these motherfuckers fool y'all. And for Shank to even post a video acting like she was out there first, she was out there really looking and shit like that. Shank, you knew I was out there first. And if you didn't, you need to do more research as a motherfucking content creator or a journalist or wherever the fuck y'all call each other these days. And yes, it's not a fucking competition. All of our motherfucking investigations conclude together to help this little girl. And yes, it does. But at the same time, when y'all putting people down to get to the top, it shows who is genuine and who is not. Okay. So start spreading the right fucking information, true information, not the half truth, because the half truth is not the truth. It's a lie, a whole lie. Okay. So start double backing, go back to Mother's Day. How about that? If you want to double back on somebody's fucking investigation works and then actually have people put out fucking false ass motherfucking narratives claiming that you were out there and you need help from people from Ypsilanti, bitch, cut the fucking cap. Any fucking way. Mimi Young was out there fucking first, okay? How about that? She don't need no fucking help. Maybe you found a tether, but maybe them motherfuckers put that tether there after I fucking left. Because you were in the same exact spot that I was on. And I should start putting the motherfucking screenshots in here right now.
And if so, how do you remember seeing him? Like, what did he have on and stuff like that?
I can't remember that much what he had on, but I know he's a tall guy. Curly hair, like hair or something. I mean, I just remember my visual. I can't remember what, like, but I know I remember his name being in our book at one time, Jarvis Butts.
Do you remember
in with me?
Do you remember around like what day and time you could have seen him, or like what time of the year last year you could have seen him?
Okay, I come in at 6 p.m. I mean, I'm kind of like, if he came in on a weekend, I work all around, you know, like Friday, I'm here to Monday. So it's either, I believe he checked in, if he checked in with me any other time, it'll been after 6 p.m. Or if he checked in with the daytime, I'll still know who's in our book.
Okay, I have a question.
I can recall checking him in. Because people like to come on my shift for bull crap.
Okay, so I have another question for you. Is there a way that you can look at those books, or like, do you guys have security cameras anywhere in there?
We do, but they gotta get the part, you know, authorities probably request them to go back on them tapes, because, you know, that was like, I don't know if it was the beginning of this year or last year sometime. You know what I'm saying? Because I lost a sister back in January, so but I do recall the Jarvis Butts being here. But you can do that, and you know, if they still investigate, let them know that, you know, a little information, and see if we can, my boss and them can get the records showing, you know, people check in, and we got
yes, because she's been missing for literally a year and almost 5 months. Nobody has seen her. Her family will not look for her, and this man was literally with her every single day.
I'm around here, so, you know, a lot of people come through here from the Inkster area, this area, all around. But I mean, I'm not gonna say I saw him when, but I recall he's been here.
Okay, and have you ever seen him with the little girl, around 13 years of age? She's brown skin. She has glasses usually, and
I saw the news and stuff, but I saw a picture on the thing. But I've never really seen him. And like I said, I come in at 6. It's still bad. He would have checked in, but they ain't gonna have him with you. I didn't see him with nobody at that time.
Okay, and like, do you have any other like recommendations on where we should look in regards to finding anything about Nazaya, as far as like establishments and things like that, asking around in Ypsilanti?
Like in Ypsilanti, you know, y'all should first check with these organizations. Like, you know, some places, you know, somebody might have to like the safe houses, ozone, anything to do with youth, underage youth. I mean, I'm not really from here, but I mean, I've been here long enough to know that, you know, the resources to try to guide a person to and see if they can establish some, or did she have to, or did she come through them for safe haven at one time, you know, to say you got to start right there and see if anybody was assisting her, or when she got away or whatever, when he got the guy, whoever Jarvis locked up. I think there's a picture on the news too at that time. But yeah, you know, start with that and then keep messing with the police. They you know, something, and check all these little parks, South Side, West Side, Apple Ridge. You know, it's not that big.
And Willow.
And West Willow. And then around Harris Road and out there by Clark Road, all around there. South that way, yeah. Okay. But the guard, I mean, not the guard, anywhere like that, you know, is trouble. I know people, you know, come through here, and younger people, they hanging out somewhere at that time and around that area. I think it would probably best bet West Willow, Apple Ridge, South Side of Ypsilanti.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and then let them you know, anonymously or something. Let the Ypsilanti police know that Jarvis Butts may have been here, and then they pull. We still can get some footage from that time. Maybe he can, maybe he can't. Then we can see, because we have cameras, so they go. It doesn't matter, and then they could tell if he was here with her. I know he's been at this motel.
Okay, and can you name the motel just one last time for me?
Harmony House Motel.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
I know everything really well.
Right.
Like, what kind of signs are you looking for?
I'm on TikTok Live, so they're helping me right now.
Mimi, ask for her card too.
Your card, and we'll be looking for certain things like maybe a cell phone, maybe have been thrown, clothes, her other shoe. We only found one of her Nike shoes, like it was a black and red Nike.
Yeah.
Black, red, and white.
What size did she wear?
It had to be a size 5. Okay. Y'all think?
All right. Shoot, I will say, like, this is a good place to look. If you said she pinged around this area, another thing to go check in with is the Harmony House Motel and talk to Miss Sherry over there.
Okay, see if she saying anything.
She's really good about keeping an eye out for those.
Ask her, could we have Miss Sherry's number too, if she could, and then also could you tell her to be like looking out for a call, so just in case if she does find anything, she can get in contact with either one of us.
Yeah, can you want to get?
I don't have Sherry's number personally. I just want to call up to the hotel. She normally works afternoon.
And then what hotel is that?
It's called the Harmony House.
Harmony House.
I just wanted to show y'all, this is another Frank's. This is the one he was talking about too. This is the one on East Warren Street. Told y'all I wasn't helping y'all no more, but it's open. And it's open and people coming in and coming out of here. So where Frank at? Honestly. I don't know. Who's that? I don't know. Maybe he works there. I'm not playing. This is, I can't show y'all. Warren, East Warren.
So there y'all have it. At this point, I'm lost. I'm completely lost. I don't know what the hell is going on, y'all. And it seemed like everybody done went silent. Unless it's just me and I ain't caught nobody jumping on panels or nothing like that. But it seemed like everybody has went silent since this little incident done happened. But y'all tell me what y'all think.
Shout out to Cold Peace and her cold catches, man. She definitely do a good job over there. Y'all make sure y'all check her out because I didn't start. This is a 28-minute video and I didn't start it from the beginning. So be sure to check her out. If you don't know her channel, make sure you let her know that Miss V sent you. So shout out to her. And so I would love to know exactly when was Jarvis at the Harmony house. That would be nice to know, wouldn't it? So he just go scumbagging it at all these hotel motels, right? He liked to hang out at these type of places. And you heard them say that this lady, she looks out for the girls. Like, so it's known to be this type of place. And I don't know, I mean, they didn't say the street or nothing, but this is a Harmony House motel in Ypsilanti. Let's see. And then I was just looking at a few things. I was looking at the reviews, and they several of the reviews talked about the person at the front desk, and I wonder if it's Miss Sherry that they talking about, the one that they said looks out for the girls. So this is a scummy hotel. This is the only type of motels they go to. I wonder how close is this to where Shannon Shannon lived in Clinton Township. But and we heard what the lady Miss Sherry had to say. Let me see what y'all saying. This is a lot, y'all. So who is Frank? Frank is the owner of the shops that Jarvis and King been working for and up under. And also, I mean, when JoJo was up here, she was feeling like Frank could be family or a close friend or of somebody or something. You know, Frank, I think they go way back. They've been knowing each other because he always seemed to get into trouble and go back to Frank, both of them. So who is Frank? How was he able to paint the fire hydrant red and yellow? Wow, I didn't even pay attention to the fire hydrant. And so looking at the reviews on this hotel motel, it's sketchy, and it's sounding like, you know, this is one of those rooms that people rent hourly, probably by the minute. Get room 69. I don't know how well he's known in there, but like she said, he came in there on her shift before. She recognized him from TV, I guess. He definitely has been there. And wait, let me cover this up right quick. And let me go back. So who do y'all think all of these people was in the woods, or the couple people that we see? Who do we think these people are? If we are to think that they are people. Let me see what y'all saying. How far is it from King's baby mama people? I don't know their address. Yeah, I don't know where they stay. I heard Frank and Jarvis was cousins, but Frank's daughter did say no. That don't mean nothing. Like, they could be friends, relatives. I never thought about it until JoJo said it when she was up here. That was the first thought, that he might be a family member. I'm like, what? Like, I thought he was just a guy they was working for at first. And then a person that I ran across said he used to go up there and get his oil changed by Jarvis. And he went up there to talk to Frank and all of that. Frank said he got a job if he cool, and he didn't record the man conversation. So I don't know what all they talked about, but that's what he said. He went up there and had a conversation with him. I heard Frank and Jarvis was cousins. Okay. And it was said that Frank dad and Jarvis' granddad was best friends, and Frank promised to take care of Jarvis. So there it is. JoJo was right. JoJo said it up here. She was absolutely right that they are connected. So that was the first time I heard anybody say that. Very interesting. I mean, you got, and with that being said, then if we gonna put a father and a grandfather together, what they have going on back in the day? What type of businesses are these families in, and they all connected? I don't know. It's all connecting, ain't it? It is all freaking connected. Hold on. I heard Frank and Jarvis was cousins. Okay, so I know. Keep reading my comments. Frank is Jarvis' cousin. Okay, so how far is it from King Baby Mama? Roxy got that Mimi jailed when Roxy was with her at that shop. The same with that young man. He went to jail. He did? Oh, wait. You said the same with that young man went to jail, same as a landlord that night. They went in the house with Shannon, but not Roxy. Now, yeah, I remember Dre telling me about that landlord incident, and I was very shocked to find out all of that, right? But that jail, that was supposed to be a different situation with the landlord, and it happened on a different day. And he said that she went down the street messing with some people that stayed at it's some type of house that they have, like, I don't know if it's like a halfway house, a squatter house, or whatever. And she went down there messing with them because they didn't like them down there, I guess. But it's in the exclusive playlist, and I don't remember which one, but it should be titled. He definitely mentioned that. So and then I think I got a recording of Mimi too when she went to jail, or at least I seen it. But I did see that video where Roxy popped up when she was in there, and she came out and said hi and all of that stuff. And yeah, I didn't know how she got arrested. Like, is Mimi saying that? Because I've never seen none of Mimi's videos either. I never seen nothing. It was so much going on with the real evidence. It's just certain things I wasn't paying attention to, but now I'm interested because of where we are over here with our investigations. First thing Roxy gonna say is she looking for a body now. Man, where's the overwhelming evidence that she's no longer here? That's what I want to know. I ain't seen it yet. She sure did. I don't know what y'all laughing at. It must have been something. Wow. Shout out to Teresa. Driving, at work, and listening. Thank you for dropping down. Shake the trees, Tracy. Thank you for dropping down, Teresa. TBZ is angry. I don't really care about their family business. Every family has secrets. Yep. If it ain't about Naziah and current day, it ain't relevant. Well, some of the things are, but I don't get into all that either. I like I really don't, because it's just what I was feeling is that it's distractions. Anything that's taking us away from Naziah and taking us away from the focus of what is really being looked at is a distraction to me. I don't care I do care about where did this start at and how deep does it go? You know what I'm saying? Like, how deep does the rabbit hole go of mothers feeding their children to the belly of the beast? Because we heard that happened with Annette. Another thing that I have been saying throughout this case is that the church that she goes to, I was talking about the fact that it was some people there and he was washing their feet. And I was like, oh, he liked to wash feet and stuff at that church. Do y'all know I took a closer look at that picture, and it's Annette. Out of all the people of the church, Annette is there with her dogs in a bowl, and the bishop got her toes in his hands. Like, what's going on? Like, but anyway, Florentino is sitting there too. I gotta put that in here. I have been saying that the whole time, and then finally look at it, and like, man, that looked like Annette and Florentino. I gotta put that in there since I'm talking about it. Hold on, y'all. Let me do something right quick, because I do want to put that in here. Yep. Y'all, please take this time to smack that thumbs up if you have not. We gonna go back here for a second. Why I blew that up. What is going on? Can y'all hear me? Oh, never mind.
Tijuana actually reached out to me. Shannon Harris had reached out to me. She had a conversation with Tijuana. She asked if it was okay for her to give her my phone number. I told her that that was fine. She gave me a call. She said that she was the sister of Jarvis Butts, and that she was concerned that she may have seen Isaiah but wasn't sure on the date and if she could come down and talk.
Okay.
Thank you.
What she had testified to that you had heard.
Yes.
Okay. Now, when you also heard that she had given Detroit police consent to look at her phone locations and perform a phone extraction.
Yes.
And that Detective Sarah Markle is actually the one who performed that extraction.
Yes.
Okay. Did you yourself look at the phone location data that was on Tijuana's phone?
Yes, so even before we extracted the phone, when she was in there in the interview, she had given me consent to look at her phone. She wasn't quite sure how to get to the locations. She had Google on her phone. So we went to the Google Maps, went to her timeline, and then specifically clicked on January 9th to see if it showed her route. When we got to the January 9th date, it was confirmed that that is the date that she was at 9000 Connor. And it helped us with the timeline of when she was there compared to when we know Mr. Butts left that location to head out to Ypsilanti on the 9th.
And Your may I approach people's proposed exhibit 85?
Yes.
I mean 58. Sorry,
Yes.
numbers. Candidates marked as people's proposed exhibit 58. Can you look at that and tell me if you recognize it?
Yes, this is a cell-right extraction report that was conducted by Detective Markle for Tijuana Butts cellular device.
Okay, and that report specifically includes the location data and in the subsequent pages as it relates to Ms. Butts' call. Is that fair?
Yes.
Okay, and is that fair and accurate depiction of the screenshot photo locations, location data from Tijuana Butts' phone that you observed that the day when you interviewed her?
Yes.
I move the admission to those proposed exhibit 58.
No objection.
Would be as people's 58.
And I want to direct you to I guess it's going to be page 3 of the report, code 4 of the report. page 5. Where does it say that Ms. Butts was from 3:45 p.m. to 5:16 p.m.?
So it gives the location described as, on here it says Citgo, and it gives the address of 9,000 Connor Street, Detroit, Michigan, 48213.
And do you know do you know Mr. Butts's 9,000 Connor auto shop to be connected with the gas station?
Yes.
Okay, I'm putting it in now, yeah. Welcome in, Jenny J. It's okay, you late. I'm glad you're here.
Now, to go back just a little bit, you said you were kind of going through all the phone mapping in order to kind of backtrack as to where your investigation goes and where you should search.
Yes.
And those maps were testified to by Sergeant O'Rourke.
Yes.
Okay. Now, she mapped certain locations, and she stated that you had given her some of those locations to map.
Correct.
Okay. Now, I want to direct you to in People's Exhibits 33, 34. Never mind. The blue dot here. What is it that indicates, and what is the importance of that?
This blue dot is going to be 9,000 Connor.
And that's the address associated with Mr. Butts'
No,
auto shop.
Yes.
At all.
And that's the same for Exhibit 34?
Yes.
And Exhibit 35, there's the same blue dot and then a purple dot. Tell me, what is the significance of the purple dot?
The purple dot is going to be the residence that Mr. Butts resides at on Wilshire.
And in Exhibit 36, on page 2, there's like another, it's like a pinkish kind of purple dot. Can you tell me what is, red dot. What does the red dot indicate?
The red dot is going to identify 20,000 Harper, which was the Park Crest Motel.
2, there's like another, it's like a pinkish kind of purple dot. Can you tell me what is, red dot. What does the red dot indicate?
The red dot is going to identify 20,000 Harper, which was the Park Crest Motel.
And on page 4 of 4, there is a lighter purple dot along with that red dot. What does the purple dot indicate?
That dot is going to indicate 4 East Alexandrine.
Okay, and what's the significance of 4 East Alexandrine?
Mr. Butts has a different girlfriend that lives at that location.
And in People's 38, there's a red dot. Which dot is that?
That would identify 7 Mile and Berg.
And is that the same 7 Mile and Berg? You tell me. What was found at 7 Mile and Berg area again?
7 Mile and Berg area is where we identified the hoodie, the pink jumpsuit, and the shoes. And it's also the area that Mr. Butts' phone was mapping with. There's an additional search area that I did not include when she had asked me before. And that was where the ID was found. We had found the ID or received the 911 call for the ID before we went back the second time out for the shoes at 7 Mile and Berg. So we had also searched all the Evergreen. There's the Henry Ford High School over there. We searched behind the school, the wooded areas, and all the vacant homes in that surrounding as well.
And that would have been the ID that Ms. Smith had recovered.
Yes.
Now I want to go into, you had a chance to go through Mr. Butt's phone extraction. Is that fair?
Yes.
Okay. And did you also do a search warrant as it relates to a Google account for Mr. Butts?
Yes.
Okay. And how was it that you knew what his Google Gmail was?
That was documented when I went to the cell phone.
Okay. And you got a chance to go through, you sent a search warrant to Google for it, right?
Yes.
Okay, and you got a chance to go through that search.
Okay, so we're gonna go to the Harmony House reviews right quick. And here is the picture that I put in here. Hold on. Get this noise out of my ear. That is Annette and Florentino. I seen that picture. I've been talking about that picture, not even knowing that it was them. But then I'm like, wait a minute, this is clearly them. Clearly. So past Bishop Ponytail. Do y'all think that's Annette? Let me know. Yeah, it is them. Okay. Welcome in, Sister Abby. How you doing? Yeah, happy Friday. Yes. TBZ is angry. So how she find the ID if they searched the area already? Dog water residue. Ew. Zesty. Zesty bots. Love ice. Oh, I see the trolls. The trolls are here. Is that what I'm looking at? Okay, so look, I was looking at the reviews of this Harmony House. Let's see what they talking about. This is the motel that Jarvis was seen at. And one of the things that I noticed is that because I looked at the Parkcrest Inn when I was supposed to be putting this picture in, I got a little bit distracted. But so I'm looking at the Harmony Inn. Let me uncover this. And they actually have reviews, right? I went to the Parkcrest Inn. They have reviews. But you go to the Travel Inn or Lodge or whatever it is, no reviews. They don't even ask you to give them a review because they already know what it is. One of the things that I have seen a lot in here, look, they said rude, raggedy, and unkept. They said that I've seen in a couple of them, the front desk clerk is one of the rudest clerks ever. Now I wonder if they're talking about the nice lady that gave Mimi the information. Cursed me out literally for ringing the help bell for assistance. Called me out of my name because I refused to continue to stand there and listen to her fuss and moan about how much she hates her job and that her guests were getting on her nerves. The room door locks, was off track and couldn't get the room. So it's a trashy hotel. Like, but one of the reviews, I'm like, what? This one right here. Okay, so this is the kind of hotels Jarvis like to go to. This was a year ago. I was cooking dinner for my family. Went to the bathroom, walked out with this. My daughter went to the bathroom and walked out with this. Like, so they ain't even cleaning the nasty rooms. What a great place for kids to come to. Nothing but crazy around here. Definitely unsafe for toddlers. It's unsafe for everybody with that. Like, how much is you get what you pay for? That's what they say. You get what you pay for. So how much are these rooms? That's crazy. The room was cleaner than many well-known and expensive motels, so they was happy 2 years ago over there. Dang, 12 years ago reviews. Don't stay here. And for the people who do stay here, do stay or have to stay, my heart goes out to you. This place is nothing but a ripoff. They don't care who you are. They will try to rip you off with make-believe fees and good Lord. Okay. This place is not safe. The place is not safe for women, kids, even men. Now that we got the important part out the way, it's old and dirty on the inside, nice-ish on the outside, and it is in case of a broken despise, emergency, or trying to live on government checks and need a roof only. It's old. Oh man. So this is every place that he liked to go to is, people live there. There's some hard times going on. Clearly. BFF said, yes, it is definitely them. A loom at the nose on both pictures. Loom at the nose on both pictures? I don't know what that means. Called me slow. I don't know what that means. Oh yeah, them trolls, they got the I hope them trolls hit the dang on thumbs up. You know what I'm saying? Wasting my time. I'm busy. Go play with somebody else, please. Jenny said, what was supposed to have happened on Valentine's Day? That was significant in the case, but I don't know why I missed some parts. Anybody know? The only significance of Valentine's Day that I know of is that's the day that they had the press conference. That's the only significance, and I know what part you're talking about because his sister was saying something. They made reference to it. I think Shannon Jones, and yeah, they had the press conference that day, and then that's when all the information came out, and she talked to Jarvis's girlfriend or baby mama, and then she called Shannon to ask for Shannon Jones' number, and then Shannon called Shannon Jones and asked if she could give her number to her, which is stupid. Like, yeah, she's a key person anyway. So that's the only thing I know, and that happened after they talked to King. They interviewed King and Jarvis, and then the 14th happened. So that's it. That's all I know. If something else come up, we'll all be surprised. Yes. Bringing the room service ran down. Exactly. Ain't no way. I mean, a whole dang on pipe. They don't clean in there. I hit like before I said hi. Oh, thank you so much. See, you know how to play YouTube. A lot of these other folks don't. You know what I'm saying? They just want to come in here and stay in the clouds and don't speak and don't hit the button or nothing. Gotcha. Okay. So that answer your question. That's the only thing I can think of. And that's major because shoot, that's when she got the information about Mark D podcast and she got to listening to them videos and all that. So, and it went from there. And now all of this stuff, like, that's happening. But this from 3 years ago review. The owner have been beyond helpful and kind. Who is the owner? Is Frank owning these? Yeah. Like who own these hotels? Literally have roaches. They probably got there in Shannon's bag or something. I don't know. Look, it says literally have roaches. That is disgusting. Now that's from a year ago. I haven't seen one of those things since I was a kid 20 years ago, along with black mold in the bathroom. Man, listen, these folks just want your money. That's it. That's all. That is it. I don't know. See, I know I can't be up here pushing no buttons. I know this. Let's see. Let's pull it back. Wait, let me go back over here. But yeah, so I put in the travel lodge. I mean, I put in, travel, no reviews. They don't even want to hear from you because they already know they shady. They know they bad. Let's go there though. Let's go to Park Crest. Look at their reviews right quick. The few Park Crest, Harper Woods. So it is a sign though. If you Google a hotel and it don't have a spot for reviews, then that's a sign that it might not be a good spot. Wait, what the heck? Oh, I guess this one didn't have reviews. Oh no. This thing, hold on. Park Crest. Is it a motel? Yeah. What? I put in Park Crest Motel and it took me to the travel lounge. How'd that work? Look at that. The first thing, no, seriously. I put in, so did the travel lodge used to be called the Park Crest Motel? Because literally, let me pull it up. And the first thing I see on the review is Justice for Naziah. Shout out to whoever put that. Shout out to whoever put that. Right here, 3 weeks ago. Dharma. Please speak up 4 months ago. And that's it. So before that, wasn't nobody doing nothing. And then this is where it took me. Which is not the Park Crest Motel Inn. I didn't even type that in anyway. I did type in Park Crest, and then I was looking for the one on in Harper Woods. So since we here, let's look at the trailers, the shady trailers off the highway. Everything is off the highway. The church, the shop, everything. But let's try that again. We want Harper Woods. Park Crest Inn. Now we can see the rooms a little bit here. Dang, I thought it was gonna let me click hold on. Let's do this. We gotta get out of here. Why the heck ain't it letting me go back? Let me just go here. No. What the heck is this? Get off my screen. Off my screen. Okay. All right. Let's pull it back up. I be paranoid something else gonna pop up, so. Bed bugs. Roaches and bed bugs. Like, ooh, that's disgusting. I just happened to look over there. Creepy crawlers. We know they be shaking off the macaroni box. Dre already told us. He already told us. Let me. Oh, man, what the heck? How did that... Man, I'm going to get it together in a minute. Okay, here we go. We being nosy. See how these rooms look. Trashy. Straight up. What is going on here? No place for a little girl. That's off the highway. Everything off the highway, ain't it? Dang it, I keep doing that. I did not want to do that. Hold on. Let's go back. No. And lice. Dang. Yeah, I bet you. I bet you. Like, they don't even clean these rooms, probably. Barely. Barely. Mm-mm. Dang, man. I bet you it reeks of smoke. For sure. It's set up for people to live in. Mirrors all around. What's this? The suite? This how Jarvis lived his life in motels like a hoe. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what he used to. I bet he used to run with his mama. I mean, that's my opinion. They sure got a lot of pictures, don't they? So this is what it looked like in 2020. Is that Jarvis? Wouldn't that be some shit? That was October 2020. Scummy and bummy. Sketchy. Narrow hallways and doors. Is that a chair in the doorway? What am I looking at here? Hold on. Y'all is nosy. Ghetto style. Exactly. The price is probably cheap. Yep. I don't know. Shoot, it might be high. I need to look. Let's see. Y'all, please smack the thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Why we be nosy. Ew. What's all up in the crevices over here? Ew, what the heck is that? Ew. What is this? That ain't got nothing to do with this hotel, do it? Is that the layout? They light the Christmas tree and decorate. They just taking pictures of anything, ain't they? These are not good pics, you know. They probably should take their own pictures instead of putting random pictures on their website from other people. I would not want to get up in there. I would not. Man, the bedding probably ain't been washed. Ooh, look at the why. Ooh. That ain't even been wiped down. I know them comforters ain't been washed since they washed themselves. Just like those purple curtains in the church. Or purple seat covers. The Sims game looked like I don't know why they put that there. That's what I wondered. I was thinking Roblox or something. Then I'm like, well, is it the layout of the hotel? Hi, welcome in, Ashanti or Ashanti. The picture with the layout, they a mess. That's gross, right? That plug looked disgusting. It was said that a lady stayed at one of the motels. That lady or a lady? You talking about Nazia's mom stayed there? That's crazy. It sounds like they all stay there. Like they go hang out there. Remember, Roxy was saying something about when they went to that apartment building, and one of the guys thought that her friend that was with her was one of the twins, and was like, "Where baby girl and your sister at? I ain't seen y'all in a minute, or I ain't seen baby girl in a minute, or something." And that was a few streams ago where we went to that apartment that they said that they was taking Naziah to. Yeah, this is disgusting, though. Oh, this is creepy. Who is this guy? And why is it in these pictures? Like, what are we... Okay. What are we doing here? But that is... Yeah, I mean, we talking about Jarvis. And then the last picture is an old-ass man with some kids. Like, what? Okay, so you talking about lady. Yeah, that was weird. That was weird. Why they take a picture of the outlet to show you not to go there because it's dust built up there from 1999. Like, what is the point? Welcome in, Lucille. I would love to know, like, that right there would have sealed the deal of I ain't getting this room. Like, that's disgusting. Shout out to Chip. He says salute to everybody. Oh my God. That sealed the deal. We ain't getting this trifling room. That's disgusting. But anyway, y'all, that is it. But I mean, we got some other things that we gotta do some research. Shout out to Candy Richardson. Thank you for coming in. Oh, let me go through my pictures right quick. So we have Annette and Florentino. These is the only people that's the other part that I wanted to do. I wanted to go to his page because I want to look and see what the comments saying now that I know who this is. I think it didn't say much though, because I remember looking and I'm like, what's going on here? I mean, wait a minute, did he change? Oh no. He followed by 63 people, probably some nosy folks. I told y'all I ran into a flyer on his channel that said come live with us. No judge zone. They have all kind of parties up there. They are looking for the fountain of youth. A little girl in a like a ball gown. Okay, so this picture is from January 17th, January 5th, 2017. It has 3 comments and 3 shares. It has 12 likes. Hold on, let me see what they said. It says Archbishop Herman Stacy foot washing by the shepherd. Somebody said awesome. Somebody said it is an honor to have an anointed man of true living God anointing my feet. Wait a minute. Hold on now. Don't tell me. Hold on. My feet. God bless. Hold on. Or maybe she talking about when she did get her feet done. Because this here is Annette. Okay? That is not this lady. That is Annette and Florentino. But that person said, it is an honor to have an anointed man of a true living God anointing your feet. Okay. God bless you, Archbishop Herman Stacy. I love you. Yes, Lord. I wish I was there. Now I'm looking at it a little bit closer now that I know. Wait a minute, is that Naziah sitting up over there? Maybe not. I don't know. Hold on, y'all. Let me see what y'all saying. Shout out to Candy Richardson. Thank you so much for the super sticker. I greatly appreciate that. She put a buck in my cup. Yes, she did. I appreciate the buck in the cup. We will take it. Where is...
And if you put a buck in my cup, I will shut the fuck up. And you don't gotta be a baller to give me a ma, give me a ma, give me a motherfucking dollar. And if you put...
Shout out to Candy. Thank you for dropping that buck in my cup. You rock. Shout out to you. Let's go. Shout out to you. That's for Candy and Mushy. Thank y'all so much. Let me come on back over here. I found that today, BFF. I'm like, hold on. That's a good one. That's a good one. Put a buck in my cup. Yes, ma'am. I appreciate it. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. I don't think let's see. That's pretty much all I had for the day. And yeah. We're gonna be back tomorrow. I got so many cases that I want to talk about. I need to follow up on Sade Robinson. Is anybody interested in the Sade Robinson case? That is a case that I followed a year ago, and they just had her trial and all that. I think it would be helpful to look at it. They did find her body, but not her temple. I mean, in pieces, and it's just horrible. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I just ran into some more pictures that I wasn't looking for. Yeah, we'll be back. But here's the this is one. Okay, so they had a fundraiser. It says let's dance and celebrate at the church. 1970s fundraiser They got the disco folks, like the Soul Train with the bell bottoms, the afros. And this was gonna be held October 30th, 2021. Food, karaoke, fun, and prizes. Come one, come all. Let's have ourselves a ball or two. No judge zone. Okay, it didn't say 2 balls, but still. You might as well. And then here goes somebody. I'm on my way, daddy. Everybody called this man daddy. I don't know who his real kids is. I seen Florentino calling him daddy. Kenneth calling him daddy. Hell, everybody call him daddy. But he ain't nobody daddy. Or is he? I mean, he might be daddy. I ain't gonna say it. Did you see the other reviews for Park Crest Inn? There's 2 of them, but they're both the same one. The other one has a lot of reviews. What? I looked at that. I ain't seen nothing, hardly no reviews over there. I think I just seen 3. Yeah, I just seen 3 reviews. Wait, let me look. Let me double check. Oh, what was I looking at? Now these reviews, I glanced at them. I thought I put them up when I was here though. Let me pull it back up right quick. Because what I seen with these reviews was that it seemed like people was pretty cool with it. Just a few that I scrolled through. So let's look. As soon as I move this picture out the way. And that's what I was doing too. So wait. Let's go through the pictures right quick. That's allegedly Naziah. We ain't buying it. We don't believe it. It don't look like her. That's not what she had on. And if she was walking past the house with that on, headed to meet Jarvis for him to pick her up, you would assume that that's the clothes that she would have had on by the time she made it to get in the car with him. I'm just saying. Right? Initially, everybody thought that she was walking away from the house. But then Dre said they had moved down the street and she was actually walking towards the house. That ain't what they found out there. So make that make sense. Oh yeah, and this was her on the bus, looking like a child that she was. In this coat with the fur around the hood. Looked like she had on jeans sitting there. It looked like I can see her feet. Can I see her? I'm gonna have to look at that picture a little bit closer. But we see her waving and smiling down there. And they told us that she had a bad day. She was on the floor asking for a counselor that she never got to see. Just don't make sense. And if you look at all three of these pictures are said to be from the same day. Why do it look like we looking at 3 different people? Make it make sense. It don't. So those are the ones I had in for today. And then this is the evidence we was looking at. Don't make sense. The setup of it. We ain't buying it. Not now. Not after all this stuff. Like, we was just going with it at first, but Okay, so that's all I think I wanted to show. Well, this also, the people that we seen out there in the woods where they found the clothes and stuff at. Who is all these people? who was the guy? That's what I want to know. If y'all can find that out, who was the guy that recorded these shoes that day, and who was all these people with him? It looked like all men. It might be. It looked like the last picture that I circled could be a woman, but it also looked like a mannequin. So I'm only sure. Definitely, I could see the images really well. Of two people. This one right here. Well, this one right here, and the one with the black and the green lettering, and then it looked like it was a black with gold lettering. But I see different images. So clearly they was out there when the guy was recording. So it's just, it makes no sense. I could see that face right there. And it's me slowing down the video all the way from that. And you could see like the shoe, like he just kind of moved the camera really fast, and you could see that person. And then as I looked more, I seen other stuff. So I think this one, and every time I messed with it, it changed it. So I seen two images right there. And then, so I made it a little bit longer. But at first I was just pointing that out. Okay, let me put this. Oh, it's already up. I'm gonna see if I can get it more clear. Well, dang, I lost the. I gotta find it again. I accidentally deleted a bunch of files on my phone. So freaking annoying. And it's really because my phone jumped. Like I was going to delete it. I was on the right spot, and for whatever reason it jumped and I hit the wrong spot and then deleted it, and it wasn't what I was trying to delete. Just so annoying. It's like it wanted me to delete it or something. That's the second time I did that too. Okay, so but I'm gonna try to find it again and make it clear, because I wasn't doing it for that purpose. Okay, so this is a review from 3 years ago. I ain't gonna hit nothing because it's gonna take me somewhere else. 3 years ago, one of the better low-cost motels. So the few that I did see, they were kind of good. Very nice, discreet place, nice rooms on 8 Mile, and they have many fridges. That's 9 years ago. We might see a review from Jarvis. I doubt it though. 11 years ago. 4 months ago. For the price, you can't beat it, and it's comfortable. See, places like the Travel Lodge, they don't even want you to review that at all. Oh, and also I looked up her clothes, the what is it, FCT, that that pink jumper that she had on. It can be found like mostly I think online places, but I did see that they sell that brand in the Buckle, and the Buckle closed here. I think the Buckle and JC Penney's, but I think it probably came from online, like because all the online stuff popped up first. So FCT, hold on. So it just said FCT brand is associated with several different products and companies, including clothing, electronic components, and even scooters. So it can be found at, hold on. Yeah, so the first one that popped up was Posh Mark. That's what I was trying to remember. And then I see eBay and Bills and different places that I ain't even never heard of these stores. So it's looking like it's something that was probably ordered online. And let me see. Let me check something else. That's funny. Like last time I was live, I mentioned the FCT brand. I think it is sold in Children's Place, and I just put in, does FCT carry kids sizes, and Children's Place popped up. Cause somebody had said that they looked it up and it's only sold in adult sizes, because I had said that it looked like a kid size extra large, but I don't know. I mean, the clothes seem to be planted there. It ain't what the heck they said she had on. So it could be anybody clothes. But it says basic FCT basics, Posh markets, all women, men, kids. Okay. Let me see what y'all saying. There was some people saying that there was blood all over their comforter when they checked in, and so much more stuff. Really? Oh, you started with all the bad reviews? Yeah, where they at? I didn't even let me go back to that. How you get to the bad ones automatically? I really want more recent stuff, so let's see. 53. Oh, bad experience. Very quiet and private. This was a year ago. Bad experience. The clerk, she kept my $10 deposit and argued that she didn't owe me the deposit when I turned in. So do they got clerks? I don't know. Do they know Jarvis? $10 deposit and argued that she didn't owe me deposit when I turned in a key way before checkout time. And she said I would be back to get it after I take my bags to the car. Oh, I said I would. It was a few minutes after 11 and I came back and she argued that I should have come back right before 11. What? But she knew I checked out before 11 and she had my room key way before the checkout. That's crazy. I wonder if they pocketed that money. And then it says 15 reviews there. I really don't want to click into nothing. Very friendly. That's what's going on here. Another, why they taking pictures of these nasty, dirty plugs? What they telling us here? I visited a place at the end of March 2019 because of a strong recommendation from others. Well, it was one of the worst decisions I've ever made. My room was nasty with liquor bottles open, used soap, used trash, dresser. This was, oh yeah, that's disgusting. I made a complaint. Have been getting the run around. I think I will make a trip back up there so that they can see my face. Whoever the housekeeper was definitely need to be dealt with, but management need to be better about getting back with the customers who have had a bad experience. That's disgusting. Look, the same type of plug that was at the other place. Wait, this is the same picture. Like, what is going on here? Is these people sharing pictures from I know that this was the same picture that we just looked at on this plug. What? Oh God. Man, what? It blended in with the flow. I guess they didn't see it, or they was drinking it. That's crazy, man. What? Where is the handle at? Man, this the same dang on pictures that we was just looking at. Man, I'm out of here. What is going on? Maybe I was already looking at that. Does the item have another name with FCT? The item that had the FTC was her the jumper. So I didn't see it on nothing else. That was the only label we was able to see. Yep, the jumper had that name. Let me see. It's on my thumbnail. I forgot to put that picture in here though. There was some people saying that there was blood all over there. Yeah, that's disgusting. Listed Park Crest Motel. This one has 333 and the address is 2000 Harper. Yeah, I think that's the one. That's the one that we was just at. I think. Let me look again. The one that they was at is that the one I was just looking at? Yeah, this 2000 Harper. Or 20,000 Harper, I should say. In and out of hotels. Like, that's what he did. That's his comfort zone, y'all. It's listed as Park Crest Inn Motel. That's weird. That's weird. But if you type in Travel Lodge, it'll come up under that too, I think. Let me see. January of 20. No, that's January of 22. But okay, y'all, I ain't gonna hold y'all no longer. That is pretty much all I wanted to come in and talk about today. Can I send you the link? It doesn't look like the same as mine because I'm on the phone. What year are you looking at? I'll look at it later. I'll look through them because I don't want to just. I'll look through some reviews and see if it's something that that I want to talk about. But yeah, you can send me a screenshot. Send me a screenshot of what you're looking at to this phone. Let me see. There's the number right there. I just pinned it. Y'all, please smack the thumbs up if you hear on the replay. I appreciate y'all tuning in today. And I want to get into, again, I want to come back with a part 2 with this case. I'm really like, this case really got my attention because I'm a content creator and I'm a teacher on YouTube, right? So we talk about these kind of things, and it's just a lot of more stuff that I want to talk about, other things that came out. So if you are interested in this, after this live stream in, I think that is going to be the one. It might be a different one pop up. But either way, it might be the Sade Robinson that pop up. But when it do, please make sure you hit the thumbs up on that video. Leave a comment and set all notifications so you know when I go live on that. And let me see. And I will look into that, Ashante. See what else we can find. I'll be able to dig through them more when I'm not worried about dead air and all that stuff. Does the item have another name? Okay. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get up out of here. Thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate y'all hanging out. And yeah, definitely set that the notification for the next one that's gonna pop up.
Are you a true crime sleuth looking to binge watch great content? Come on into my channel where I have a variety of videos, shorts, live streams, podcasts, playlists, members only videos, and also we have Posts. Posts is a place where I share upcoming live streams, videos, calls to action, polls, quizzes, pictures, and ongoing conversations. Stand out and become a member with badges and special members emojis. Thank you for your like and subscription. Are you a... Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. For sharing. For sharing. For sharing me. Thank you for... Please subscribe and press that notification bell and thumbs up. Please subscribe.
See what y'all saying. Okay, see you soon. I sent it. Okay, thank you so much. Yes, thank y'all so much for tuning in. I definitely appreciate y'all. If you didn't get a chance to hit that thumbs up, make sure you do now. And we'll see y'all in the next video. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Make this go viral. Shout out to my sleuths in the building. Drop that good fire and horns, y'all. That's how you spread the love. That's free too. Drop that fire. Or join membership so you can get the special emoji. That's the better one. Peace out, sister. Thank you, BFF. Y'all grab a membership. Let's go. MTGBLLC. Make this go viral. Make this go viral. Make this go higher. Higher. Wow. Peace and love, y'all. We out.